Hey, Ari here, leader of the race mixing revolution. Thanks for joining me again. I wanted to talk today about depression and the ways that we can be open about depression, which is a controversial thing. A lot of people are depressed. What does it mean to be depressed? Depressed is just depressed. So not being pressed, not having that press or pressure of getting something motivated, not being motivated, not having energy, it's just feeling lethargic, feeling like it's not worth it, feeling like you don't have to, all these kind of feelings. I felt depressed, you felt depressed, we've all felt depressed. Depression is one of those universal things. We all feel panic. I mentioned panic before. That's why I wanted to make a video about that, and I want to make a video now about depression because we all feel it. It's a universal thing. So depression is something we go through, but a lot of the times it's not easy to talk about. It's not easy to communicate about it. And this is a problem. Why is it a problem that we can't talk about depression that much? Because communicating about something allows us to understand it better, allows us to deal with it a little bit better. But the ways that we talk about depression are sometimes inappropriate or sometimes ineffective. Sometimes it just doesn't do it for us. We have a conversation with somebody about it in one way or another, but we would have rather, in the situations that make us depressed, say something. Like our jobs. Sometimes our jobs are stressful and the stress isn't very meaningful. You know, we go through these pains and these struggles and these kind of things, and we feel depressed. But we can't say it in the moment. We can't turn to our boss being like, you know, this is really depressing work. No, you can't say that about your work. Or your friends, you know, if they tell you about their life and you say, damn, man, that is very depressing. You know, just hearing about your life is depressing me. It's almost absurd because of how confrontational it is or how critical it is or how vulnerable somebody is in moments of depression. So I guess the real question is, how do we become less vulnerable in our depression? How do we have a clearer connection through our depression? Race mixing. The answer is race mixing. In a mixed race world, our communication about depression is magically more easy, more effective, more meaningful, more appreciated, more appropriate. In a racist world, talking about depression is inappropriate because we assume that our cultures are different. We assume that little things are different. We label each other in this way and that way. And we have internal and external ideas about our cultural groups and these kind of things. And we assume that the depression is not universal, that the depression is somehow something private, something very, it's something that you should cover up and these kind of things. So in a mixed race world, a lot of those covers start to disappear. A lot of those walls start to just disappear. It's a magical thing. And we've all experienced that to some extent, I think, in the Western world. The Western world prides itself on its ability to move past certain walls and have moments of clarity. We respect the creativity, the clarity, the sense of vision, and those conversation and moments that truly define us. We respect those moments. And so I want to do something that allows us to get to those moments better. And that's race mixing. In a mixed race world, we're not worried about the depression a black man feels, the depression a white man feels, the depression an Asian man feels. You know, the empathy we don't have to convince ourselves of. We don't have to convince ourselves to be empathetic for an Asian man. An Asian man, there are a lot of depressed Asian men out there. I look at them and I think, oh, whatever, it's just it's an Asian man dealing with Asian stuff. That's not right. That's not legitimate. That's not reasonable. That's just the way it is. Racism is hurting us like this. Racism is making us depressed in a lot of ways. I'm sure it is. History will tell that. And if you don't believe me now, wait and see. But if you believe me, please join me. Please take these words for your own. Racism is making us depressed, and race mixing will save us from depression. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I got a lot more videos coming out in the future. Please share my video, copy the link, send it to some people, share it on social media. Please support me on Patreon. As little as $1 a month, you can help me in this very critical early phases of the revolution, help me build it from the ground up. Please remember my words and take them with you into the future. And thanks for watching again. I'll see you next time.